GNT back at it. It's finally here. Daredevil, Born Again, season finale. Boy, did they leave a bunch of hints for next season. We're going to talk about full spoilers. Let's go. Welcome back to the table, everybody. Daredevil Born Again. Such a great season, man. This is our full spoiler talk. But listen, I'm not by myself. First, Larry, the captain,
is in the building. Let's get into it, boys.
Frankie, Punisher? Question mark?
What's up, Kev? Spidey Kev. Dude, this season, this ending. Whew, let's go.
Then George Punisher?
Heyo. Hey, Frank, I didn't realize you stole my name, bro. It's either that or we're related, but whatever. Let's get down to talking some Daredevil.
Mike Murdock.
Hello there, you bunch of clowns.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Then the owner of Baby Gorilla Comics, Jose.
What's going on, guys? I hope you're ready to talk about this season finale. It was a skull-crushing finale, for sure.
Oh.
Let's get into this thing.
Oh, brother. And I am the host of this episode. It's Kev, a.k.a. Spider Kev. Like I said, welcome back to the table, everybody. Whoa, boy. We got a lot to talk about, fellas. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Jump in.
Oh, yeah.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
But first, let me ask you guys this. Is this Daredevil show in your top 3 MCU shows?
Yes.
I think so, for sure.
Yes.
No.
Ooh, good, Frank.
It's always Frank, though.
I was thinking about him. I was thinking about that too. Go ahead, Frank.
It's number 1.
Oh,
Number
1.
I see what you did there.
Not even top 3. It's number 1.
I don't like you right now.
Wow. Yeah. I will say this is in my top 3. I don't know if it's number 1 just yet. But I know it's definitely a top 3. I think it's up there with WandaVision and Loki.
Yeah.
I think this is, for me, by far number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Frank on this one. And that doesn't happen often. But yeah,
I'm taking the win. I'm out. Peace out.
I definitely think this was, number 1 for Marvel. Hit a home run. They needed it so bad. So bad.
Preach.
George, what did you think?
Yeah, I agree. If this was a flop, man, it would have been just detrimental to us having more of the Netflix cast in the MCU because we would have just had it would have fell apart. So, but I'm happy that they were able to keep it on that R rating level, especially this last episode.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it right there, guys, so we can get right to the nitty-gritty.
Absolutely. Like I said, this is a full spoiler talk. If you have not seen it yet, put this on watch later. Come back. Welcome back to the table. You don't want to miss this conversation. You really don't. You really don't. All right. So let's start off with the beginning of the episode. We get a nice little blue, like in the last episode, blue shot of Bullseye about to shoot his sniper. Then it's a nice little transition to his flashback from 1 year later or earlier.
A year and a half earlier.
And it's Vanessa and Bullseye in the mental hospital.
Yeah, psych ward.
Yeah.
Putting all her plans into place.
Uh-huh.
Just moving the chessboard pieces.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Absolutely.
she was behind it the whole time. And yeah, she manipulated the hell out of him.
Sure did.
Sure did. Absolutely. Now,
Vanessa all along.
God damn it. Okay.
But yeah, she even like with the pills and everything, she's like, you don't need the pills, you can have your life back. And you know, we find out that Kingpin was acquitted, but he was convicted for the same crime and was sentenced to a psych ward for the crime from the last season of Daredevil.
Mhm.
Yes.
He was put in jail because for shooting the other officer,
Nadine.
yeah. And he killed Nadine and he got sentenced to jail for that. Well, to a psych ward. And Kingpin was let go, charges were dropped, and he was still serving his sentence. So you kind of see she set him up in the beginning to be right where he was at the end.
Well, don't forget too, he did fight Kingpin at the end, but he broke his back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now we all know if he used vibranium, that could have been so much like an easy way to put that guy character in the MCU said, oh yeah, they fixed my back. They put some type of like vibranium in my back. Something like that. But we never got the full explanation of how they fixed his back. But
It got me thinking, did Vanessa pay to have him fixed up so good?
Probably.
Like,
I mean, she's got the bread to do it.
exactly.
fix him up, say, hey, I fixed you, so now you owe me, and now you're gonna be working with me. So it makes sense. That does seem like something she would do.
Oh yeah.
And we find out what stupid Benny's real name is, Benjamin Cafaro.
Stupid Benny.
Benny.
Dumb Benny.
But I looked him up and he's in nothing in Marvel. Like
Nah.
he's not in the comic books, never has been.
He's just a Fisk lackey.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you do remember in the third season, you know, Kingpin and Daredevil made that deal. Like, if you and your friends leave me alone, you know, I'll leave them alone. But unfortunately, Foggy got into hand in the cookie jar and they got him killed.
Yeah. And then they go right from that point to him as sniper pointing the gun at Vanessa first.
Mm-hmm.
And then decides to move it over to Fisk and pop. But
Goes the weasel.
our boy Matt had to be a superhero and jump in front of to save Kingpin. So that takes us to the hospital scene.
Oh my god!
Matt wakes up.
I
Matt
paused and I
And
laughed.
Heather.
Bro, the first thing he says is dying.
I was in tears. I was not expecting. I'm like, oh.
And like that had to be the end of the relationship, because even when she's gone, she's like, I'm just gonna kiss him on his cheek. Bye.
Yeah.
That was definitely a kiss goodbye.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then she definitely cemented that later on in the show, which we'll get to.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
Yes.
yeah, that was definitely a kiss goodbye. That was not like she goes, once you get some rest, knowing damn well he'll never be rested. He'll never have rest. She thinks he's going crazy.
Yeah. Especially how he was talking in the last episode.
Yeah, you saw her while he's talking to Kirsten. My girl Kirsten backed him up though. He says, Karen, no, Heather, he's on the drugs. Like
Yeah.
she's right
said that
there
real
for
quick.
that. He's on the drugs.
She's
She
on the
had
drugs.
his back. So
That's when you know she's a real
that's
one.
my girl.
That's a real one right there. That's a real friend.
But yeah, that whole interaction, man. I don't
So
know what you
awkward.
guys thought about that.
It was so awkward. It was just because you knew since like last episode that he's so focused in on Kingpin. He's not even focused on her. She said it how he's not answering the calls. He's completely ghosting her, just completely MIA from her, and she's trying to understand why, but he won't tell her obviously. But yeah, him saying Karen instead of Heather or just who's there or something. Yeah, that was the dagger of that relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, so you wanted Matt to wake up? Who thought? Who there?
We've seen it so many times in this series, even during Netflix, how he would act. He would just act the part. Like obviously he's blind, so he's gonna act like, oh, why would I hit you? I'm blind, I can't see. He could have just done that.
Yeah, but
Nah.
see, you heard Heather's voice. He knows Heather's voice, and for
Yep.
him to say Karen, you think she's gonna let that slide?
Or
He still loves her.
or
Yeah.
maybe he's actually full of drugs, and his echolocation is that good where he can he could hear or smell Karen getting off the plane to New York.
Wow.
No, you are smoking
That
some good
is-
crack.
You
bro.
are on whatever.
And he's
was
doped
on.
up
Yeah,
though, so I don't think his
if you
echolocation
can
is that
smell
great.
a
right
girl from that far away, you gotta let it go.
I mean, well, even coming up. to
But
that,
did you pay attention to the fact that once Kirsten comes into the conversation with Matt, Heather's distraught. She's on that sofa, she's crying, she's shaking her head. She's like, the man who he's our mayor. Like you the man you took a shot for. This is the man you're saying killed your boy Foggy.
Mhm.
And she is distraught, and that's when she goes up to him and just gives him the goodbye kiss.
Mhm.
And see you when I see you.
Well, this takes place a couple hours after the last episode. I mean, because
Yeah.
next scene, Fisk and Vanessa, they're still in their clothes, like they're her dress, his tux that has Matt's blood on it, just like in the
Mhm.
painting.
It looks just like the painting,
Yeah,
and they angled it perfectly for it.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Vanessa is shook up too. Is she shaking because she almost got killed, or is she shaking because now Wilson knows?
But
And she comes
Wilson
right
knew
out.
the whole
He
time.
knew the whole
Yeah,
time.
and he
knew.
comes out. She's like, and he's like, I know. Vanessa,
And as soon as
I know.
you
I
said
know.
that, she said that, you saw her body just
Yeah.
she was just,
That
you
stress was
saw
gone.
that just relief.
Mhm.
He goes, Matt, do your impression. Mike. He goes,
I
yes,
know.
I know. And
Vanessa, I know.
and they just sit there. Like they just sit there
Yep.
in blood clothing.
And then they
just
hold
in
their
there,
hands, don't they?
and they're
Mhm.
holding hands.
Mhm.
They're so in love, and they're so worked. They're like Marvel's Joker and Harley Quinn.
They
Yes.
sure are.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
really are, and this show has brought that to light.
It's
Like-
even brought them together toward this end, toward the end of the
Yeah.
episode. The beginning of the season, they were just kind of like they were separated essentially. You know what I mean? Like they were there, but they weren't in love with each other at the time. And then as the series got more into it, and Kingpin got more into being Kingpin again, it was like, oh, there's the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought up the Red Hook. He goes, "You were moving millions. As mayor, I can move billions."
That's crazy.
It's Freeport, and we find out what Freeport's all about later on in the episode. But like he said it. He truly wanted to be good. He wanted to be good. Like I really ran to be a mayor, but then other opportunities presented themselves
Mm-hmm.
to make billions. And he says, "Screw it. I'm only making $250,000 a year as a mayor, so I might as well go make billions as a crook."
Bro, you know what's crazy though? I love that they put that in there, because put that in real life. How many of our politicians are doing the exact same thing?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, not to get political, but it is a thing, and it's definitely out there and shown. And now they're putting it into the show, and it's like, this is real. This is real.
Art imitates life, brother.
It does, and they're doing a great
Always.
job by just keeping it just consistent with our day-to-day life. You know what I mean?
That's why I know they've been aliens since Independence Day.
Mhm.
Art imitates life, brother.
Anyway,
This whole
Then we go to Fisk in office with all his peeps. With
Yeah.
his
Mm.
whew.
and how awkwardly he stands there as he's making,
But really quickly, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Because he gets into the office, and that's when he's just yelling at everybody
Mm-hmm.
about being killed
Mm-hmm.
and saying, this person killed me. And he does not in that scene, but he does eventually go into it, and he's like, "Let's shut this down. How do we shut this down?" And you say Kirsten is talking to him, and he wants everybody out the room, and he talks to Kirsten.
You mean Sheila?
Sheila, I'm sorry. No,
Yeah.
Sheila. Yeah, you're
Sheila.
right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're
Sheila,
right.
yeah.
Sheila.
Yes.
And he gets her. He knows she's on the fence, and he still knows that she knows how to get things done. So he needs her. So he propositions her and squeezes her without putting it black and white, because he knows she values her job, and she will turn on anybody. And she sells out the commish. I just looked at his name. Grillo? Cornish? Whatever his name is.
Hey, without like Cornish in too.
Yeah.
Yeah. She sells him out because right before this, wasn't he yelling about you can't use like lethal force and you got your own Gestapo, and what does Fist say? He says something along the lines like I have it written down. Hold on. He's not just condoning lethal force, he's encouraging it.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's like, "How can we get this city shut down?"
mhm.
And
He wants to close the bridges off. He wants to shut
Yeah.
all the power. Like he wants to do everything he can.
and she's like, "Nope, that's not a good idea. There has to be something major." And he creates something major. But
Exactly.
yeah, she walks right into the office, right out after she has a conversation with Fisk, and he goes, "Sometimes it comes a tipping point where you have to make a hard decision."
Yeah, it's
And-
true. Like, there's always a point in negotiations where one side just bends at the knee a little bit.
Yeah.
And he says, "You have your ear to the ground. You know these people. Anyone who's not in with me, you got to snitch them out. You got to send them home." And they have a new home.
Yeah, they got a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they all leave, and then his body. I forget his body. Is he technically like a
Buck.
But is he like a bodyguard? Would you say, or do you think he's like
He's like
Yeah.
an
just
assistant.
lacking?
He's
I
more of
wouldn't
a
say
assistant than a
bodyguard.
bodyguard.
Yeah. He's
So
just like a really
right
He's
hand?
more of a hitman.
Yeah.
He's
He-
whatever Fisk needs him to be.
Facts.
Yeah.
He's not a bodyguard. He is not an assistant. He is the it man.
So he asks him how Matt is. He goes, "Oh, he's in stable condition," and you can just see Fisk just like thinking. He goes, "Well, I forget how he said it, but he's like, I'd rather him."
A dead hero
A
is
dead
better
hero.
than a live vigilante.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, he goes full on like Dave Chappelle, cold blooded. Like he says that cold blooded.
But in his way, Fisk is kind of saying, "All right, you saved me, so I'm going to do you this little favor. I'm going to put you as I'm not going to have people know you as a vigilante. I'm going to know you. They're going to know you as the attorney of Hell's Kitchen."
I didn't even realize it was that way. Wow, what a pull, dude! That's a good
Because
one.
he had to turn his story around to
Yeah.
fit his agenda of making vigilantes bad. Because if he
Oh.
dies as a vigilante saving the mayor, he dies a hero.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
in
even
order
put
for
it
him
together.
to
I was just like,
die-
I can't believe he's saying this. I was just so shocked.
Yeah,
But
and that's why
wow.
it would fit his anti-vigilante task force agenda and his safe streets agenda if you can get rid of vigilantes.
Yeah.
Now he gets Bullseye as a vigilante now
Mhm.
Mhm.
that killed Matt Murdock, the lawyer of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
helped
that's
all
that's
So
these
huge,
he's
dude.
poor
using Matt
people.
as a martyr for the vigilantes
Mhm.
Yep.
to get rid of them. That's what it is.
Mhm.
Wow.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, he's also getting rid of his arch nemesis Daredevil. So it's a 2
Yep.
for 1.
2
Yep.
for 1. Mm-hmm.
And before we, and then as soon as that scene cuts off, it goes into Sheila having a conversation, a friendly conversation with our commissioner.
Speaking very loudly, I will say, but whatever.
Yeah, there wasn't
Man.
a whisper happening.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Dude.
He's
Well,
like,
I mean, he thought he
he's
was
a
with
bad
Ally.
guy.
She goes, "You must have ears everywhere." And she set homie. You knew as soon as that camera pulled away and he walked away, that look she gave, she like she was guilty.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised by that one, though. I was honestly surprised by that.
I'm not because if you realize too, even the scene before, she has her phone like the camera in front of her, like she keeps moving it around. What if she's recording Fist?
She's recording
Also.
everything.
Yeah, that's why I'm
She's keeping
surprised by it.
files.
You know,
She's just protecting herself.
Yeah.
Yes. She's smart.
Listen,
Yeah.
she's
She is
playing
very
chess
smart.
just as much as Vanessa's playing chess. You know what I mean? She has to keep herself alive, and the only way she can do it is drop a couple pawns off. And the commissioner is the easiest target because he's already on bad terms with Fisk. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
already on bad terms with the anti-vigilante task force, especially after that
and
scene
now-
with the oil.
And now he's threatening to go up the ladder
Mhm.
to the higher ups to get Fisk thrown out of office because he's using his power to basically what he does in later, which we talked about in the past, declare martial law.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we
And-
talked about like that 3-4 episodes ago, and it comes to fruition, but yeah, our boy Buck shows up.
With the get well soon teddy bear.
Does
Mm,
he shows up and all of a sudden he got his little syringe. Matt hears him with his super duper hearing.
That's so crazy that he can pick up on
Your
Buck
footsteps.
being there by a footstep.
Mhm.
You know, he's done that multiple times throughout the season too, where he can just the echolocation, he can figure out your footprint and your heartbeat and be like, that's this person. And
Mhm.
it's so good how they did that.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have the patterns of the way we walk and talk and breathe and all of that. So Matt has this phenomenal senses other than sight. He should be able to know everybody. He can map out a whole entire room just based on everybody's heartbeats.
He's gonna be like,
He's always listening.
Yep.
He's always
it-
listening.
And as soon as that happens, what happens?
Turn out the light.
The lights go out, baby.
But don't we get like the Fugees at the same time?
Yeah, Lord.
Yeah.
I will say the soundtrack
No,
for
we
this
got the
series have been
original.
great.
Yeah,
They've
dude, they
been
did some
great.
like really good mic drops in this episode.
We
that
got
I'm
the
gonna get to.
original "Killing Me Softly"
Yep.
on that.
Great
Yeah,
song.
I paid attention to that. Nice
There
catch,
you go.
Mike.
So
Yeah,
that gives
but-
Matt the advantage to disappear because he's in the
You know
dark.
what? I'm surprised he didn't kick his ass. I was just waiting for him to like pop out of the corner, not like
I don't-
sneak out.
he's-
But I guess he was hurt up
He
pretty
took a
good.
shot,
yeah,
dude.
he's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
getting patched up and everything, so he definitely wasn't 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was still getting patched up with later on in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
later.
listen, you got to think this is only literally a few hours after the whole thing happened. You know, like
Yeah.
this
that
one
that wound is
episode
still
That
fresh.
same night.
it's
That
day
wound
and
is still
night.
fresh.
It's
I would
one
say at
full
least
day.
5 hours later, 5-6 hours later, this happened. The lights go off.
It happened the same
Buck
night.
leaves, and then he escapes. And where does he show up at?
Right
To
back
his
at his
lovely
house.
apartment.
But I will say before that, we get a whole montage of the lights going out and everyone going bananas, right?
Yeah, the city's up in roar.
Tell me that New York does not remind you of what was that place called in Falcon Winter Soldier where Zemo, Sam, and Bucky went? Wolverine's home.
Oh,
Where they gamble.
I was about to say Mandalore.
Yeah, I wanted to say Mandalore too. That's why I stopped myself. It's Mandalore, right? It's
No.
over in China, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
catch
So
that.
that's what New York reminds me of and what's going to be. Because you're going to get all these criminals running around with guns doing whatever the hell they want to do. And you know who's leading them? A thug, basically.
It's
A
Gotham
whole
City, baby.
mastermind.
Thank you.
That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me
Gotham.
of Gotham City.
It's Gotham City.
That's
all
Gotham.
over again.
Yep.
Yep.
You know.
Anyways,
But-
Breaking.
so
that put in.
Matt goes back to his apartment, gives a little smirk because he knows who's there. He sits down, and Frank Punisher is there chilling, waiting on him to come back.
Yo,
'Cause
Frankie ain't
smell
chilling.
'em.
Frank is mad. I mean, he got no coffee. Someone get this man some
Yeah.
caffeine.
They
No
argue
way.
like a married couple. They
Oh my
literally
God, it's
argue like a
perfect.
married couple.
He's
Yeah,
like,
but you know
He's like,
the
Jesus,
best
there's
part of
no
that whole
power
entire
here.
scene.
There's no power here, and I can't make a goddamn cup of coffee.
yo, he straight says, he's like, nice costume. What are you, nightgown man?
That's my,
And then he
that's
goes,
my
and
name
he
for
goes,
the episode.
and then he goes,
Yeah, man.
and then he goes, oh, you showered? Oh, aftershave? Oh, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Would you do that for me? He's like, yeah, I did that for you. But we all know
Oh
who
my
we did it
God.
for.
Dude, they were great.
We all know
He
who we
goes,
did that for.
how'd you know? I got someone called Favor. And like,
You
you
mind
mind if
telling
I
me?
ask who? Yeah.
No, I
You
don't.
mind telling me? No. That was so funny. He goes, he knew as and when he came, he was like, Frank was like, you saw the guys in the corner? He goes, yep.
Mhm.
Well, he didn't see them, but he
You
knew
heard
they
him,
were
yeah.
there.
He
They
heard
knew
him
they were there,
coming.
yeah.
And he gets up. He's like, "Oh, what? You're gonna fight them with your ass hanging out?" And he gives him the finger.
He goes, Red, if they come up here, I'ma slice and dice them.
I ain't stopping.
He goes,
Yeah,
I don't
and-
need that kind of help. That's the only help you getting from me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
He
whole
meant
aspect
to,
ratio
bro.
changes. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm gonna get to that.
The
in a
best
minute.
part of
the whole
this whole
aspect
entire
ratio
scene
changes.
is
Go
the
ahead, Frank.
fact that Frank literally walks into that scene knowing how they're getting out of that scene. That is just going to be a bloody fight out.
Yeah.
You know, that is the best part of the whole entire scene is that he's just like, yep, this is going to be a war. We're going to war, and this is who you need now.
And
Like,
he's been wanting
you don't
to do
want
this
it,
for a while.
but this is what you need.
Mhm.
He's been wanting to do this for a while because he's like these copycats. He keeps calling them the copycats.
Mhm.
And he's just like, I'm tired of these dudes. Like, they don't even know who he really is. So the fact that he can go ahead and
Yeah.
turn on them and take them out, this was a peaceful moment for him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
War and peace. That's how I look at it.
And the fight begins.
And then the fight begins. Daredevil dropping down from his ceiling, and you could tell he's banged up because he's like moving slowly, but he's pushing his way, and all you see is Frank outside just shoots somebody in the head and comes back inside and smashes a guy's face onto the counter and
dude.
busts his teeth.
Yeah.
Like,
He
not even
shoots
2
in
feet
the
away.
head, right through the
Jose.
counter. Yeah. 3
When,
times.
when he did that, any fear of like a Disney-led Punisher, anything like left my body. Like when he shot that cop in the head like 3 times.
They
I'm like,
had to,
nope,
bro. They
I'm not
had to
worried
do
about
that.
Disney Punisher ever again.
They needed to have that Punisher. There
And
there
then
was no way in hell they were gonna just water down Punisher like that. There's no
No.
way. The
No way
fans would be
Hell's
so pissed
Kitchen.
off.
we gotta give straight up,
Mm.
we have to give props to John Berthal for walking away from this because he knew they weren't gonna do this shit right.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would have got some watered down Disney bullshit version of the Punisher, if he didn't walk away and knowing what's right for his character and what's good for his role, we wouldn't have gotten any of this.
Yeah,
No.
Mm-hmm.
because he
So this
said
is
when
all props to John Berthal fighting for what he believed in this as an actor.
yeah, because
Yeah.
he said when he first got it, or he didn't want to be in a superhero show or movie, but he only wanted to be Punisher because he loved what Frank believed in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what who deserves the most credit for this is the comic book owner that he walked into after he got the role and said, "Give me some Punisher comics." And he turned around and asked them, "Why do you want Punisher? Why do you want this?" Pressed him. And he finally said it, "Because I'm playing him." And he said, "In that case, you need to read this, 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 and this." He handed him a stack of books and said, "These are the ones that are most important for your character and for you to know." And he went and read them and then devoured all of that. And now he is the authority.
Yeah.
He threw out
That
that goofy Marvel Knight Redeemer of Heaven bullshit. He threw out that Frankencastle bullshit, and he gave him the Max series. He gave him Born, and he ran with it. Thank God.
Dude, he killed it. I mean,
Yeah.
the next scene when he's jumping over, when Daredevil throws his baton and he's jumping over and whips out the knife on the counter, and he's on the floor over the countertop. Oh!
Dude, I'm telling you, like,
Just the way he gets shot and he just turns around, all you see is just rage. I'm just like, oh no.
Bro, dude could take shots, man. He was getting popped left and right, and he was just still getting up and knocking these guys out.
Dude, I need that type of adrenaline in my life. Whatever he taking, I need to take. Give me that drug.
Yeah. I want to be like,
that's funny.
So they end up finding the last guy. I always forget the dude's name. North?
Yeah, North Pole or whatever. North South. I don't know. He's a Kanye's kid.
Well, when I didn't even realize at first what you see the vest, and it's the vest that shot Hector.
It's the bullet.
Ayala, the bullet.
Yes.
The bullet.
And Frank grabs it and he sees it and he gives it to Matt and he goes, "I think is your guy." And Matt smells it and he knew and he feels it.
And you get the flashback of
that
Hector.
Flashback was heartbreaking. But then he goes up to North. Oh man.
And then all you hear is Frank in the background. Do it, Red.
Do it.
Do it, Red.
Do it, Red.
Being the Emperor Palpatine. Do it. Do it. Do it.
He's not worth it. He's not worth it. And
then he goes, "Oh yeah, boom! You think they're all worth it?"
No.
Yeah,
This thing is wild.
Just no hesitation. Just went, bah! Yeah, do you think they're all worth it?
Right.
And then they all argue, and Matt gets stopped because he hears a grenade. And then the closest hug you'll ever get to see them is when they're diving off the building. That's the closest hug you'll ever see them
And
get
land
to
on
one
that
another.
car. Boom. Dude.
Oh man.
And then
all you hear is him go, "You're an asshole, Frank."
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we got Larry's favorite part of the whole episode.
Favorite part.
Our girl Karen's back to save
With the
day.
original theme.
That's right.
yeah,
Is it really?
I noticed that too.
Oh man.
I wasn't mad to
Dude.
see her.
I wasn't either.
Just
I
the
wasn't.
way the little detail of Matt looking at Frank because he probably hears his heartbeats because Frank's got a little crush on Karen, and all you hear is him go, "Shotgun."
See, my thing with this episode was, why Karen? Why? Mind you, isn't she was in the West Coast, so she just happens to pull up during New York when all this is going down.
Well, she said that
She
she heard
called
about
Frank.
about him getting about Matt getting shot,
Right,
and then
but
that's
here's the
when
thing.
she called him Frank.
So you got shot, and then you were able to get a flight from the West Coast to New York, which is a decently long flight.
It's 5
Black
hours. You can do it.
Dude, she's
5
Capital
hours
One.
straight
She uses freaking flyer miles.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
I don't
She
know.
gets
I just thought it was
2%
just like-
APR and freaking flyer
Well,
miles.
don't forget too. We don't even know what time that whole event. That might be like 3 a.m., 2 or 3 a.m. You don't know. This all happens within like a few hours from
Right.
the end of last episode until.
Have you ever tried to get a flight last minute, Kev? Let's be real.
No.
This is fiction.
I know.
Whoever
It's just like-
says she
This
was
is where he draws
still
the line.
in West Coast.
drives up after the explosion.
She-
happens and all
3
this
shotguns laced to the back. Karen getting
No.
there? Never.
happens. It's just I don't
Frank.
know.
She said that
Whoever-
she was going to be in California or something
No,
like
but whoever said she was still in the West Coast? She doesn't say where she was when she heard or seen that he got shot.
But
She
why
could have
would
been
she-
in
She said she got on a
Jersey.
flight.
For all
Yeah.
we know.
She
She
said she
said
was
she
on
got
a
on a
flight. And the only other place she would be at would be the West Coast.
Or
She could have been like,
and-
she could have
could've
been
been in
texting
Florida.
Frank
She
anyway,
could've
trying to
been
get
at
a
Disney
booty
World.
hanging out
She could've
close
been-
to New York.
She is the Lois Lane of the Marvel universe, all right? So she can do whatever she
Oh,
wants.
don't say that
Okay.
to Larry.
Oh, that's
Don't
good.
say that to
Oh,
Larry.
bring it
Don't
DC,
say that to
I know
Larry.
that's a little far. That's a little far. That's a little far.
Don't do
But-
that.
but-
I mean,
We're spending
But,
too much time on Karen.
Now here's the thing with the kind of no snip this myth. Naturally the party where he got shot was that night.
right.
Yeah.
It was the following night when all this happened. because he
You
was
think
in the
so?
hospital. He recovered, blah blah blah. And then that night,
Ish.
that's when the lights went out. It was
Recovery-ish.
at least 24 hours.
See, I don't know because it seemed like he was trying to shut down the city within hours after it because he's like,
He's still wearing a
it-
suit.
he's still wearing the
Mhm.
suit. He was trying to shut everything down. So I'm thinking like we're at like
Yeah.
Kev said 3,
Not-
4 a.m.
Do you
Yo,
know what
he was
has
wearing
to,
I'm
if we're gonna
sorry.
break this down for real, you know how much shit he would have to do and paperwork he would have to fill out to shut down the city, even if he's going through it backwards. It's gonna take some time to get that done. He ain't
Right.
doing that in an hour or two.
And he was
Like
wearing a
you're
different
trying to
suit.
shut down the whole power grid for New York
What?
City.
I think. Why
Yeah,
are we
remember,
still
he
on
was
this?
We're way off track, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
I-
say
I
why are we still on this? It don't matter. It happened.
Well,
I got-
let's talk. Okay, here you go. I'll get us way off track. So they end up going to. They start figuring out that they need to get these paperwork from Foggy's case, right? So they go to the storage locker. That storage locker is storage locker 206.
Well, don't
And-
forget too. Before that, they went to the Punisher's little
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they
hangout.
start patching themselves up.
Yeah.
That's
Punisher
right.
cave.
and
patched up.
Frank offered coffee again.
and he
And
goes,
the way
"I
he
want
looked
some-
at
you got
he-
oat milk?"
The way he looked at Karen. Just saying.
But he had a
He's-
sense of humor about it, even when he said, "You got that oat milk." Like Frank actually laughed and smirked about it.
Yeah.
So
He
that
likes them.
shows that he's compassionate and that he actually likes Matt,
Yeah.
Mhm.
even though
They do
getting
have like a
beef.
love-hate relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you see at the end of that episode, at the end of that scene, Karen goes, "Oh, what was it that she said?" He goes, "I call you when I need you," and she says something like, "And I'm always there," or to that point, to show that he cares, that
Mhm.
he's always going to be there because he does still care about them, even though this dude kills people like we eat candy.
Yeah. He says you called me with a favor. I did that favor. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
I
was
was
that
waiting for
look
him to
that
say
she
like
looked back
we're
at him
even
like,
now. But
Yeah,
Okay.
that was his way of saying,
Like-
all right, I did the favor, I'm done. And that's when she looked at him and said, and was like, you can need to stop acting like you don't care because we all know that you do.
And
Mhm.
what does he say after she walks away? Stay safe, guys.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
But even before that, they were talking about going to the that to find the folder and everything. He goes, you guys do that Inspector Gadget bullshit. I ain't doing that. Oh man, I love that scene. And then the next scene, Mike, please.
All right, so put your tinfoil hats on, guys, because we got it. We got an official confirmation. Storage Locker 206 is a Daredevil issue from 1989, featuring on the cover Mephisto, and it's all about Mephisto. So obviously he's confirmed.
The avocados of law, all under Mephisto. God damn it!
It's all
The
it's all done in
avocados.
Mephisto.
I looked it
Oh,
up too, so don't feel bad.
Dude, I
God
was like,
damn it!
they made it was like issue 206, and I'm like, it's Mephisto.
I thought that was funny. I'm like, oh, these bastards, they playing with us. They're still going that whole
See, the real
Mephisto
ones do
thing
it. The real
going.
ones look it up. We know.
Even from WandaVision, they're still bringing up Mephisto. Kevin Feige,
And that
you're
was
a
5
genius,
years
brother.
ago.
Mephisto
years ago,
made
we're
a cameo in Daredevil. That's all I'm
Yep.
saying.
Because he's born again too.
God damn it!
No.
All
Okay,
right,
we'll move
anyways.
on.
Well, we do get the revelation of why Rockport or the Red Hook is such an interesting port, because it's a free port with no jurisdiction. Holy crap! How did that slip through the cracks?
Right. That's
You
crazy.
can do whatever you want there.
It
Not-
didn't slip through the cracks
Correct.
because
Yeah.
Foggy knew about it and it got him
Mhm.
killed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, Foggy knew about it. You know,
'Cause
but
they
the
want to
next-
hide that fact.
Mhm.
Yeah, they definitely want to hide that fact. And what happens next? The next scene is Daniel, little James Gandolfini, Daniel Gandolfini over
Right,
here.
with the
Biscuit,
shirt open
you
a little
know,
bit, dude. He
biscuit,
looked just
yeah.
like Tony
His
Soprano.
suspenders,
Yep.
nice little suspenders, and his
Waste
muscle,
management.
his muscle over there, Buck sitting in there. He goes, you know, we know, you know, we want you to vote in our favor. we know about your offshore accounts and we know about this and that. I'm like, oh, this dude's such a villain. I got a feeling he's gonna end up being like the Rose or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm.
I think he's
Yeah.
like probably one of my biggest surprises of like this whole season.
Mhm.
When I when I first saw him, I was like, it's a throwaway. And then like I was like, holy crap, like he's got some like pedigree to his acting name. And then like they did stuff with his character that's really interesting. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And they
the
still
kids
have
got some
not given
chops.
us anything.
No,
They're playing him tight.
Well, don't
Yeah.
forget too, guys. Like this was supposed to be an 18 episode season. The
Thank
original
Thank God it
script
wasn't.
was 18
right, dude.
episodes, bro. This was halfway.
What
So
were like
it
the
would
old
have been
Netflix ones were
way
like 12,
too
weren't
much.
they?
yeah,
Yeah, like 12 or
12.
Yeah.
13.
But they were
Even those
like
kinda,
over
like,
an
drug
hour
on.
long each.
Yeah.
Right after that scene, what do we get? The commissioner going down to the car and getting picked up. And guess who's not there?
His driver.
Yeah.
Is driving.
I have it right here. Sheila selling out Kamish Grillo. Like,
Oh, dude,
And he knows it
she's-
too. He
Yep.
knew it
She's
once.
just
Once he saw it.
listening. She's listening to it hit Fist play the audio. And she knew and she could have warned him and she didn't.
All you see is his fit, his
She
little
set him up.
fidget, his little fidget.
Yeah.
He's about to snap.
she was on the cusp the whole entire time of, you know, like how should I play this? You know what I mean? Like how should I play this? The one thing for sure for her, she's a survivor.
Mhm.
No matter what who the politician is, you know, who it is, why they are, how they do things, she's a survivor. And she knew that the only way that she was going to survive any of this that he's going to do was for her to do what she did.
I mean,
Because
and
she lives another day, and you
Gets
know,
her paycheck.
unfortunately, look, we already knew the commission was already out of here. It was just a
Yeah.
matter of
Yeah.
how, but we wasn't expecting this.
But
And
before that,
Yeah,
we got the Punisher having a walkie-talkie from the vigilante task force, and they all and someone said in the walkie-talkie, "We're all meeting back up the Red Hook." He grabs a shotgun, stabs a guy right in the neck, and you can see the blood hitting the lamp and how the silhouette changed to red. That was fantastic. I love that. Just how they worked the cameras, how they worked like just how the
that
blood
fight
was.
scene was fantastic.
yeah, Frank
I know
went like
exactly what scene you're
full
talking
beast
about.
mode.
He-
Full beast mode.
He just
Dude,
comes,
he's
he just
killing
starts
men.
walking.
He's killing women. Like he like straight like stabbed that lady right
going
there.
too far in
I'm not gonna
advance.
say. And my bad.
He
Yeah.
stabbed a. Yeah, okay, so he
Because at that point the lights turn off. And
Oh,
you get
okay.
the scene of the corruption of the cops, where the
Yeah.
cops kill the little kid, and when
Oh,
the lights
that's
go
right.
off, and he like, "You killed a kid." He goes, "I didn't kill a kid," and he puts his mask,
Yeah, dude.
His hood down, his
beanie down,
yeah.
and he goes, "No, I killed a vigilante," you know. And they show like all that corruption going on, and then that takes you right into, I believe. That takes you right into Matt meeting with Karen at the storage, but we pretty much already discussed that where they already went to the storage and everything like that.
and then it goes
But
back
yeah,
to Frank.
Yeah, Frank meets up with the Popo.
Walks just like in the end of the second season, just walks up in the darkness, getting ready just to kill everybody, and just starts beating everybody up. Now he stabbed a guy in the area.
That was a
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
dude.
Was it a girl?
Was
I thought
the
it
girl?
guy.
That was when he killed the girl, because he
Yeah.
definitely shot a few.
He
girls
had
and
she has
stabbed them.
this like
Yup.
spelunking axe or something, and he just and I was
I'm
like,
not
he
gonna
threw
lie.
one, and he threw it at another person's head.
Head.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, oh, okay.
I was surprised that they were going to allow them to show man-on-woman violence.
yeah, I was surprised too. I was really, again,
Very
I'm
shocked
not.
by that.
I have zero fear about this new Punisher
No.
Marvel special. Like I was like,
No,
dude, they like
not
just
at
went
all.
like straight
No.
max. Like it was.
If you
it was
are
great.
letting Frank Berthold write it and direct and do what he's got to do, it's gonna be gory. It's
Mhm.
going to be absolutely gory.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that I can't wait.
And then the all the cops come in with the skulls painted on their vests, and I was like, I kind of like halfway predicted that. Yeah, I kind of halfway predicted that, but like if you look at them, they all look like off-brand, like slightly bootleg, because they're all posers. Like
Dude,
they can't.
their symbol looks like an octopus. It don't look like
Yeah, it
the Punisher.
It doesn't
It
look
look like
good
an
at all.
octopus.
It's like straight up like when your mom says you got Punisher at home. Like
I got you,
Yeah.
Punisher.
we got
A
Punisher
little
at home.
duct tape on that shirt.
We got straight
But-
like Temu Punisher vests.
I was running that show. I was like right up in his grill, like we want to make we admire you.
Yeah.
We love what you do. We want to be like you. We want you to be part of us. You can get paid. You can do what we do legally now. You can do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And he lost it.
Yeah. It's just like
And
out of that
all he's
comic where
saying
he's like,
is,
you guys are
"You don't know who I am."
clowns."
Yeah, he said, "You don't know why I lost. You don't know what. You don't know anything about me. You have no idea."
But he is going hard.
How many times do you call them clowns?
Yeah.
Oh, so many.
They could probably call them clowns like 10 times. Like,
You admire me? Oh man, but that was the hard R scene. That was such a good, like the fighting scenes and the choreography and everything for this episode was amazing. Like
Mhm.
I'm just, we'll see what happens in the future, but I can't wait for season 2, and I'm just scared. I'm hoping that it keeps going in the direction it's going because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
The-
Then
the lack of action that we got throughout the whole entire season, we got almost all of it.
I did hear that the original, like the original 18 episodes, that's how it was supposed to be. Like it was not supposed to be like action at all. It was supposed to be kind of like how what was it, episode 2, episode 3 with Hector, and that whole episode with them in court. That's literally how it was gonna be.
The filler.
Just yeah. Just court stuff.
I see you,
and
George.
It was
I
not
see you,
supposed to be-
George.
Nah, filler my ass. No.
That's how it was supposed to be. That's how it originally was.
No, well, I'm glad they
18,
changed it up.
18 episodes of that.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like at that point, our perspective of the show would have been drastically different because it would have just been like, oh, I gotta wait another week for something cool to happen. Oh, wait, no, it didn't happen. I gotta wait another week. And you just you're almost delaying the inevitable. Like, we know that there was gonna be a crazy fight scene in some way, shape, or form in the show. And if you would have had 18 episodes, we would have had to wait another 9
weeks.
9 weeks.
If
Yeah,
they
we would have
dropped
checked
them.
out a long time ago.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But-
Absolutely.
After that, what's the next scene? The commissioner gets dropped off for a meeting. A late night gathering
Meeting.
of the minds.
Yo, why was Kingpin and the other cops like holding each other like a basketball team, just like
He
getting
was
rid of
riling up the
themselves up for-
troops, bro. That's what that was. He was pep talking them.
Oh,
That's
God.
what
Like, this is your commissioner that wasn't there for you. This is your commissioner that didn't have your back. You failed your people.
Yeah.
And then
He
He
went
put the squeeze on him.
he did karate.
He
did
squeezing
judo
his
chop.
head,
Matt did.
bro.
Yeah. He straight like
His
went like
head.
full juicer squeeze on that man. Like
Yeah.
that was
You
like as
hear the-
shocking as
you
like
hear the
Frank like
crunches.
killing that girl, like the fact they showed as much as they showed of like the big squeeze.
Wait,
He popped that man like a
crushed his
pimple.
head from this side, and they showed it from this side, from the upper angle. It looked horrific. But then they turned around and you saw his whole jaw was
yup.
dislocated,
I think
broken.
there were like stringies and no.
How-
No, thank you.
Oh,
That
did
was
that
that
have to feel like to die, getting your skull crushed?
was that the gorest we've ever seen anything from MCU?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's you,
for
yes.
sure.
It was-
absolutely.
MCU, no, because you have Wolverine in you have Deadpool and Wolverine
Dude, that's
This
gotta
was
be worse
gorier than
that.
anything in Deadpool and Wolverine. I
Yeah.
think.
This was
The only
this was-
thing that comes to mind is Werewolf by Night, and I don't think anything in that was this
It was in
bad.
black and white.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
black and
wasn't
white.
Gory.
But I will say it was
No.
kind of close to how Wanda killed Professor X.
Yeah,
This was a lot more gory though.
it was
Just
definitely
a
She's
lot
gonna
more.
turn-
Yes,
gory.
yeah,
She's
it's a
turned
lot more
Professor X
gory.
around,
down
though.
here.
No, but if you saw like a freeze frame of when she kills him,
I
you
didn't.
could start seeing his skin start to rip off and stuff.
I mean, you gotta
Only-
think she did that with Black Bolt.
All right, I will give you a perfect example of the only thing that you've seen on TV that is, to my recollection, something that is equivalent to that. When Negan killed Phil and the redhead dude in The Walking Dead, and bashed their skulls in with a
Yeah.
bat.
Man,
They go,
yeah.
Maggie,
Yeah.
I'll find you. His eyes all
Oh,
popped out
man.
and shit.
But here's the thing, right? So
That still hits hard.
these guys, these vigilante guys are watching Fist straight up squish this dude's head and dislocate his jaw.
They look uncomfortable.
They look
He's
like
setting
oh,
an
snap.
example. He's telling
Yeah.
them, step out of line.
Mhm.
I'm gonna crush your goddamn head next.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
every single one of those officers there, he knows
They were
is
on the
not on
fence.
his side,
You think
are
so?
not on Fist's side,
That's
they
what
are
I thought
set
too,
up.
Frank.
so that this is the message. I'm
Mm.
going to pull the strings and say, hey, he doesn't care about these things. He's forgotten about you. These are all people that have connection to him.
So
and
Frank,
then he's going to show.
I thought that too. I honestly did until I rewatched it, and then one of the guys had the Punisher, the squid logo, Punisher squid logo on his neck. Because I thought the first thing too until I rewatched it, and then I saw the dude actually had the tattoo.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
but
driver,
not all of
the
them are.
driver was there.
The driver had
The
was there
driver
too.
had it too.
the driver had
And
it
he
too.
was there.
Yeah, no, he was letting them know that, hey, I have your back. Unlike
Yeah.
the commissioner, I have your back. I will be here for you. No matter what you do, I will always have your back. Your commissioner did it, and that's why he's, in pieces.
I don't
And
even think it's just that too. I think
eating
it's
through
just
a
showing
straw.
them like I think he's showing them too, like, hey, guess what? I'm an example. If I'm telling you guys to do something, guess what? I'm gonna do it too. And I'm gonna show you guys that I'm gonna do it. I'm not just a talker, I'm a doer too. So he's putting the example for them.
I still think there's an element here. Like, you can take a cult, and not every member of a cult is going to be fully committed to that cult. And if you have a bunch of guys in the police force that don't like what's going on, and they join this group and they support this idea, now that idea gets taken and twisted further than it ever was before, like Fisk is doing. These are people that are on the bubble.
Yeah.
And this is the way you get them in line.
It's definitely going to
Because
send a message.
If
Oh,
they
for
step
sure.
out, that's what's going to happen to me. So it's keep them in line. So, it's that. I think it's definitely that play of, because why wasn't the other crew there? The
Well,
other
they were
crew
getting-
that was with
they were getting
Fitz.
trashed
They were getting
Oh, yeah,
trashed
with
by
Frank.
Punisher and
by
Matt,
Punisher.
and the other ones were with Punisher by
But
himself.
that's the diehard crew that he sent out after that.
I get you now, Frank.
Everybody else is they're on your side, but these are the ones that could betray you.
Yeah, they might be a little on the fence.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I
we're going
understand
to
what
have
you're
you
saying.
here to set the example.
I mean, I can see that, but I would also see it as those original guys are tier 1 military. Okay, those are top tier guys, and if you need some guys taken out, you send in the best of the best, right?
Absolutely.
The newer guys are, like you said, they could be on the fence, obviously, because they're just like, I just started this thing, and then I see a guy get his head just dismantled. So like, oh shit. They could be on the fence, but at the same sense, they know what the job entails, because I'm sure the tier 1 guys are telling them, hey, yo, I just took this guy's arm and threw it in a batch of oil because he was, taking pictures at a ball. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to be like, oh, that's nothing. You know what I mean? I can do that.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what a lot of these guys can do. And especially if they're thinking of, I'm getting free will to do what I need to do to get this city right, they're going to do whatever.
You're going to get some extra money too.
Exactly. They're getting paid. They're getting paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
But-
and I'm sure they want the city to be, they want the city to be perfect. You know what I mean? And some of these guys will go to that extreme, especially if they're signing in for a group under the Punisher logo, knowing fully well what the Punisher does.
Just because they want to make it perfect does not mean it's right.
I mean, sure.
But that brings us to the next. Well, the next two scenes actually happen simultaneous with Matt and Karen and the Punisher addressing
His
New
flock.
York.
New York.
And I think we should
addressing New
address that first before we address Matt.
Okay.
Because-
He doesn't even sit down. That's how awkward he was.
No. But did you notice when he was going into do his meeting, what's the chick's name again? Not Danielle. No, Sheila. Sheila tried to get to him. In my opinion, and what I saw, I thought she was trying to get to him to be like, oh, the commissioner's not here yet.
Mm.
And then he goes, the commissioner retired last night in the midst of all this tragedy. You know?
Why you sound like Batman?
Hey,
I mean,
It's-
Fizz sounds like Batman.
Hey, I'm working on it. All right. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
But nah, he addressed it, and he said it. He said, you know, he sits down and he goes, with everything that happened, and I'm declaring martial law, and I'm declaring a curfew of 8 o'clock.
That's too early. Daylight savings time just started, man.
Kevin, don't pretend. You would love a curfew of 8 o'clock.
Yes, you
What are you
would.
talking about? What talking about? I'll be in bed already.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
he goes, I will not allow you to live in fear. And then I love how he ends it. Never forget,
I love
you.
New York.
I love New York.
And
and he gives
he's
like the
trying to-
most
that
awkward
smile.
smile in the world.
He's like, are you having a stroke, dude? What the hell is that? You bring up this cheek and you bring up that cheek, and just keep your mouth closed.
He definitely
man.
knows how to
But-
spin a story though and turn it in his favor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's something I've noticed a lot in this season is like any opportunity that he was able to like spin that story in his favor, he did it and he did it well. And not many people, and that shows he's a great politician. I'm just putting it out there.
But you realize that in this show, the last two scenes is him in light and Matt in dark,
Mhm.
because the bad guy won and the good guy lost.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bad guy
Yes,
won.
sir.
And the good guy lost. And then Matt is at the bar. He's talking to Karen, and
But even before that, they're at
he's
Red
at
Hook.
the Red Hook. You're right. They're at Red Hook, and he's ready to go balls blazing.
Yeah.
And Karen's like, nah, boo boo, it ain't happening like that. You gonna die.
And
Matt's
I
ready
love
to go full martyr.
And what does maybe Mike has it in his notes, but what was the phrase that he said when Karen asked him about something that he said to
the
her
dark.
about being
When you close your eyes.
Oh
what
yeah,
do you
it looks
see?
like a thousand suns.
1,000 suns. And I love the camera work that it unfocuses on Matt and it focuses on the city because he's always listening. He's listening to his people of New York and how bad it is right now. And Karen goes, what do you think we should do? He looks and goes, we need an army.
Yeah, he does.
Who is the army?
Well, I'll tell you who's not the army right now. Any of the people we thought.
Right? I thought the same thing.
Yeah, but before he walks he's in Josie's and he's in the back with Karen, and he realizes like his mistakes, like as far as being Daredevil, where he thought that being Daredevil was a bad thing, and he only saw it as a bad thing and didn't realize that how much good he does with it. And he goes, my mistake was I thought I was immune to the darkness.
Mhm.
And he thought that no matter what he did as Daredevil, he would always be good and he'll never be able to kill. And he realizes he's still human. He still makes mistakes, you know. And he goes, Foggy, he goes, starts talking about Foggy, and he like, Cameron's like, Foggy knows who you are. Foggy always knew who you were. He always stuck by you, no matter what.
Mhm.
And then he puts on his mask and he walks out into Josie's.
I was expecting
Curious to
beginning,
see
somebody.
what did you think when he walked into Josie's?
I was expecting to at least see like Jessica Jones or somebody.
That's what I was thinking. I thought when he said we're gonna need an army, I'm instantly thinking Defenders set up.
Bingo.
Me too.
But that's
They
great
didn't
if
get
they
it.
leave it for second season. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But also, I think as much as I don't know, this could be a crazy left field answer, but him getting Bullseye to join up too would be nuts.
And that
He is going to have Bullseye.
We already
Mhm.
seen a scene of them
The
together.
scene where he's wearing all black.
Oh, that is right. Okay, never
So
mind.
that brings me to Matt's speech. So I paid attention. I overthink on things, like you guys already know.
Mhm.
Matt's speech, he starts saying, right, as he's saying his speech, his monologue, they're showing certain people. And I paid attention to the people they're showing. He goes, I can't see my city. And they're showing, while he's saying this, they're showing the bar scene when he's coming out and he sees everybody, Lucky and off Detective Kim and Josie, Karen, everybody. He goes, but I can feel it. And then in this part, he goes, the system isn't working. It's wrong. It's corrupt. And they're showing the people in the cages.
Mhm.
He goes, but this is our city. And they show BB. They show BB for a quick second. And then he goes, but this is our city, not his. And they show Vanessa and Fisk walking down the steps. And then he goes, and we can take it back together. The weak. And they show good cops. The strong, they show Heather and Angela. All of us, they show Kirsten. Resist, they show Bullseye. Rebuild, they show Karen. Because we are the city, they show the bar shot. Without fear, and they show him with a blinking red light. So I'll read it without saying that, all that crap in between of who was there. I can't see my city, but I can feel it. The system isn't working. It's wrong, corrupt. But this is our city, not his. And we can take it back together. The weak, the strong, all of us. Resist, rebel, rebuild. Because we are the city without fear. And that was it. And then he goes, Man Without Fear Run, season 2 base. Because that was the whole Man Without Fear from the comic
Well
books.
done.
So they're giving you hints. And something that I wanted to mention that my daughter actually caught today while she was at the store pricing comic books and watching Daredevil season episode 1. When BB does the report in the thing and she's interviewing the people, there's a part where they interview someone, says, some lady saying, I heard he crushed somebody's head. And the next person, some guy saying, I would like to see that. They foreshadowed that in episode 1 all the way to episode 9.
Holy smokes.
Oh, that's crazy.
I didn't catch that. My daughter Kayla caught that.
What if none of
Good
that
stuff.
was actually a foreshadow, but actually reporting in the future?
What?
That's what I'm saying.
What-
What?
What if
Did you
any
just
of
try to re-say foreshadowing in a different way?
No, not foreshadowing. What if it's actually a glimpse in the future and this is BB going around after everything?
Oh,
you know,
I
picking
hear
up
what you're saying.
recording
Oh.
on a street level of like, hey, what's going on? What do you feel? And this is what she's getting. So you get
But
something
he-
like that.
He
I heard
actually
he
did
crushed
crush
somebody's
someone's
head.
And
I think in
another
episode 3, in season 3.
Yeah.
And also the car scene.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just,
what they
it's a
finally
really good
topped like,
catch
the door scene. I just want to add before we like move on from it. They also like they have the mic drop of it's Radiohead, Everything in Its Right Place from Kid A. Kid A is a phenomenal album, and it has one of my all-time favorite songs on it, How to Disappear Completely. But Everything in Its Right Place, I think, was the perfect song for this, and it was a pretty big needle drop for sure.
dude, their soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
When the song they played when Deadshot was aiming at Vanessa, then Fists, I don't know
Bullseye?
the song, or Bullseye, yeah.
Wrong,
That,
wrong universe.
that song was really good too that they played. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
dropped some really nice
I was
songs.
really surprised like Disney got like Radiohead to sign on for something. I was like, holy crap, that's big.
So to go back to that last scene and like, oh, why did we get Jessica Jones or the Defenders or anything? The showrunners did say, they were interviewed. They were like, well, it was in our thought to have one or maybe a couple, but they wanted to give the audience that feeling that the hero lost and there's no hope. You can't just give us that, but with, oh, the Defenders are here, so that gives us hope. They don't want you to feel that. They want you to feel like Fisk is going to be a problem. Daredevil
Everything's lost.
Everything's lost, and it's going to be a
Give
battle.
us some of that Empire Strikes Back vibe.
definitely does.
Definitely.
I don't know. I kind of felt like that last scene with the small but motley crew there, I felt that was a hopeful scene, like an absolute hopeful scene of them like, we're going to resist. Everything is gone to hell.
Oh, Matt's
But
speech was
we will
great,
do it.
but
Yeah.
like,
You know,
I don't think like Betty
I
from
think-
Accountant's going to help very much.
Exactly.
Right,
Like
you know what
I
I'm saying?
think you see hope there, but deep down inside, it'd be like us 6 getting together to go against Fisk. We gonna lose, newsflash.
I'll probably be
You
the first
know,
one dead.
Like, but like it just shows
I'll
that
go through the door
city,
first. Hold my beer.
the people of Hell's Kitchen, the people of New York are coming together to try to go against Fisk and overthrow Fisk because they see the corruption. They know the real story. BB knows the real story. She knows. I'm hoping she got those files, by the way, from the commissioner before he went snap, crackle, pop.
Right.
she
Oh.
definitely did not.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
This TV. Anything
You
can happen.
didn't
Magic
see
of
it. You
television.
didn't see it, Frank.
Magic Television if she got those files because the timeline does not work.
I mean, remember we saw Karen
Yeah, it
fly
does,
over there
because
again,
it was
remember?
it was 2 episodes
Frank,
ago.
you
It
never
was the
He
know.
didn't even make it home though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
He didn't
you're
make
right.
it home to actually send any of those files to her.
You're right.
He got taken out, getting in
But
the
she
car.
knows he
to
has
go
them at
home.
his house. She knew he had them at his house.
I
So
mean, bro, Commissioner is a busy man. I'm sure he has a secretary. Hey, can you send BB this? Got it. Cool. Thanks.
he got his 2-way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's files that a secretary would not
But-
know about.
Okay. So we
He got a
actually do get a
sidekick.
post-credit scene.
Word, we do.
Yeah, with Frankie,
The
baby.
stupid
Frank's the handshake.
The stupid. Oh my god. I hate.
Ah.
I love. I hate.
Say it, Larry. Say it.
It was
Anthony
so
Bertucci.
Stupid. It was
Petruccio.
stupid. Why? You know, if you are just a level 1 thug, you know who you're talking to, right? You gotta know who you're talking to. You are talking to the Punisher, the
But
guy
he
who
admires him.
Yes, thank you. That's
He
what I was thinking.
admires him. He thinks Frank might be like, oh, that's my boy. Like, it's like if you met, I don't know, who do you love? If you met
Oh, we
Robert
know.
Downey Jr.
We
in
know.
real
We
life.
know Ken loves.
If you met Tom
everyone all
Holland,
talked at once.
We know, Kev.
Justin
Abdullah.
Timberlake.
I'm bringing sexy back.
Nah, it just also shows you that never meet your heroes, man.
Yeah, in this case, absolutely.
But yeah,
But, yeah,
Frank
he
gives him
was- he
the
was
big old
super
handshake.
stoked. Oh my God, he snapped his hand so fast.
So I guess in that way, that's how his special's gonna be. Is it gonna be him getting out?
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
But do you better question? Did he free the swordsman?
I hope so.
Did he free Jack?
There's the buddy cop thing I want to watch. Frank and the Swordsman.
That would be fun to watch.
Oh, what?
Yes, it
No.
would. I would love it. Yeah.
It'd be
No.
better than season 2 of Punisher on Netflix.
Now.
That's for sure.
All right, now that we got that out of the way, who do you think this army's gonna be?
Well,
already said mine.
I definitely think you're gonna have Luke Cage. You're gonna have Jessica Jones. You're gonna have Bullseye. You're gonna have Frank.
The new White Tiger.
White Tiger.
The new White Tiger.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
You might there is a slight possibility. There's a very tiny, minute possibility that you can get a Spider-Man cameo. It is a New
That's
York
what
City
people have been
thing.
saying. Their people are so mad that this storyline is for Spider-Man and Daredevil, and the fact that
I would love to see that.
that
That would
Sony
be-
Spider-Man,
is
Daredevil
just
That
together.
would be ideal.
holding him and just not letting him go because they're stupid.
It's called money.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Money rules everything, my friend. Unfortunately.
And this is the
Makes
ground
so much
level
more money
threat
if they
that
let
we
him
want
go.
Spider-Man to have, you know? Like
There could be some other surprises. Kamala Khan might appear.
I was
They
about to
mentioned
say
her
that.
in this
You
one.
could have Malakan. That's
I
probably
really
good.
strongly think we could get Echo.
Echo would
we
be a
could
great
definitely
one.
get Echo
I'd love
too.
to see Echo again.
She's street level.
Yeah.
She has her stuff with Daredevil in the
Yeah,
comic
she's
book.
not happy with Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
The only
She hates
one that in the comics won't be in there is Moon Knight because I think they're looking if they are going to bring back Moon Knight, he's going to be more of like the supernatural.
Yeah, it'd be Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
So-
definitely be Midnight Suns.
I have a name.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop
Hawkeye or Kate
could be
Bishop.
part
Kate
of it.
Bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
And-
actually, yeah, Hawkeye, because Kate Bishop will be in the West Coast.
Uh-huh.
And Hawkeye's wife, since she was the Shield agent.
That is
What's
true.
her
Never-
name? Songbird.
Yep.
Yeah,
They-
Sunbird.
That's interesting.
They never ever got into all that much of why Fisk wanted her information, wanted her stuff.
That is true.
He
That
wanted
is
that
true.
watch.
Mm, Good.
He
Good
wanted
throw
that
in there.
watch. That's a way to call back to tie that back all the way back around
Back.
Yeah.
to Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick.
That would
I like
be
that.
cool.
That was a nice call. Nice call.
Yeah.
And you got your Misty Knights and your what was the Iron Fist friend? Colleen.
Yeah.
You got them, but
Is she still Iron Fist?
Listen, Iron Fist wants to be in the MCU
He-
so badly.
he really wants to come back.
They need to recast him. I say I don't know. I don't. Is he in anything else?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
I think
I
after
am
that.
Danny Rand, and I
Danny
am
Rand.
the immortal Iron Fist. Look
Yeah.
at my hands.
That's exactly how he sounded. Exactly. Like it was horrible. It was the
Yeah.
worst one from the bunch.
That-
Jessica Jones was fantastic. Luke Cage was
Yes.
good. Daredevil fantastic. Punisher fantastic.
Yep.
Defenders.
Okay.
And
Because they
Iron
went
Well, look at the
Fist
common
with Iron
denominator
Fist.
there. Like it's Iron Fist. That was
Yeah,
the
Iron
first
Fist.
time I saw a Marvel thing, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this one."
Mhm.
I never did. I watched like 4 episodes, and I'm
I
like,
never even watched the second
I'm
one. I
done.
tried. I was
I
like 2
watched.
episodes in. I was 2 or 3 episodes in the Iron Fist season 2. And I was like, nope.
season. There's a second season.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I tried 3 times to try. I finished the first season. I binge watched the first season. I tried, I think, 3 or 4 times to finish the second season, and I don't think I got past the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
Damn.
Me too.
Jessica
I'm-
Jones
I
first
forced myself
season.
to watch
Jessica,
all of it.
Jessica Jones was
Fantastic.
fantastic.
Mhm.
Yes,
Jessica
it
Jones was
was.
fantastic.
Yeah, she had what Hellcat in season 2, right?
Yeah.
She had
yeah.
the dude.
Yeah.
What's his name? How is his name? Hellcat? I can't.
No, but the girl came out as
Kilgrave.
Oh no, Kilgrave. Oh, he was
yeah,
phenomenal.
Mr. Purple. Yeah,
Mr. Purple.
Phenomenal.
Purple Man, whatever it is.
Doctor Who. There's a Doctor Who, Frank.
So sad.
Mhm.
Such
a great
sad day.
actor.
Sad day for us.
Yeah.
Daredevil
Anyway,
Born Again's done for a year.
Yeah, but they are filming. They are going strong.
I know, but we got to wait a year.
I know, man.
And you
Look,
saw the
I get it.
pictures from the set already. They
Mhm.
showed one
did.
with Fisk and Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox did
Yep.
a thing today on Instagram where they said, thank you for all the love and support. And Vincent D'Onofrio had like blood on his thing, and he had like a cast on in his hand. So
Mhm.
from a set in the Foggy's gym or whatever it was.
What's
Fogwell.
happening there?
Yeah.
What's
Fogwell.
happening in that scene?
Hmm?
Yeah, he's all bloody and everything. What's going on?
What was it again, Lair?
Fogwell.
Fogwell Gym. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's going
But
on here?
I can't wait for season 2. Can't wait.
And they want to do it yearly. They want to do it yearly. They don't
That's
want
the
to wait a
thing
couple
with
years.
that.
They can
But
give it-
here's my other question before we end this. The whole city blacked out, right? Everything's going crazy. Where the hell is all the heroes at?
Sleeping.
Where is anything?
They're all
Where
out
is
there fighting
anything?
the corruption.
They're fighting the Creed in space.
It's that
Thor's busy.
It's that Donald Duck meme when he wakes up, he's like, and he goes, that's how it was. That's how I felt to me. And another thing, in a couple of weeks, boys, there's a movie coming out called Thunderbolts,
Oh yeah.
and Century kind of looks like it's about to wreck New York again. How does that tie in what Daredevil's doing? Is Fisk going to appear?
Will he
I
be
don't
Mayor
think so.
Fisk during that time?
We don't.
Well, it's
know.
got to
You don't
be.
know.
It's
They
running
have to be
concurrent,
if-
I imagine.
It
I would
has
hope
to. You
so.
have to be. It has to be. You don't. He doesn't have to be in there for the whole thing. Just a little cameo or something.
Yeah, I guess that is happening a different.
Just
in
somebody
New
to
York.
name drop him, I think, would be good because
Yeah,
then that
just
would
have,
give us
like,
some
a
continuity
sign
to
that
where
says,
we at
like,
a
timeline.
newspaper or something.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I just talked to Mayor Fisk.
Mhm.
Something like that.
Yeah, they have to have something that is going to lead into season 2, like give you a glimpse of season 2 for Daredevil. You would think the way Marvel usually works.
Just for continuity's sake,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We
man,
shall see.
We
this
did it,
season
boys.
was
I think it was 3:00 in the morning,
phenomenal.
Kev, and all of the superheroes were sleeping.
It's
So,
5 o'clock in the morning. I like the T-Pain song.
It's usually when the superheroes are out though at night.
They're not Batman.
Doctor
yeah,
Strange is still.
like, most
Doctor
of the,
Strange.
Most of the
Doctor
big
Strange
fight
is
scenes
still.
have been during the daytime.
I was gonna say Doctor
They-
Doctor
they
Strange.
work at
Doctor
9 to
Strange is still
5.
missing in the other in the universe with what's her name?
He's with Cleo.
Calypso?
Cleo.
Clea, yeah.
Cleo, yeah.
With
Cleo.
with his third eye, he's still missing somewhere.
His third eye.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up here?
No, I'm proud of us, dude. We
Honestly,
did the entire season. That was dope.
We did it,
We
boys.
What are you guys rating this season?
Oh God.
Kev, you giving this a 10?
No, I give it a 9 out of 10 just for I didn't agree with the Muse stuff.
I don't think he was Muse. I think he was a copycat.
You think Matthew Lillard's gonna come
Yeah,
back as
I
the-
think Matthew Lillard's going
I
to be
like
the
that.
Muse.
I like that.
Really?
I-
That'd be dope. I like that.
I
There's that
think he-
theory out there, yeah.
Yeah, I really think that would be a great casting for that. Great casting for the Muse. But
I also
think I'm
go ahead.
hoping he was a copycat.
I heard a little rumor that they were looking at him as Mike
The
the
Fear guy, the not
the
quite
basically
Scarecrow?
like Scarecrow, just
Yeah.
in Marvel,
Mm.
the Marvel version.
yeah, I can't
That's
think
what
of
I
his
heard
name.
too.
Fun fact: Scarecrow first appeared in Marvel before he was in DC.
Yeah, there's a Marvel Scarecrow that was a Spider-Man villain, and I found out because of action figures.
I have the comic book here at
Yeah.
the store. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Over at Pendel, PA.
Baby Gorilla Comics.
Yeah,
Talking
I was-
Baby Gorilla Comics. We got an event coming up on Saturday, May 3rd, Free Comic Book Day. We already announced a few things. Currently, we announced Erica Schultz, Tori Hill, Anthony Bartolucci joining us. 3 comic book artists and writers, published, self-published, that will be joining us to sign books. That right there is Paul Day, who will be here cosplaying for us as the Incredible Hulk and Wolverine. We will also have Theo from Critical Mass here, also cosplaying. We will have us, Geeks at the Nerd Table, shooting live podcasts, meeting, shaking hands and kissing babies and all that good stuff. And running for mayor Fish for president. And then
Fisk can fix it.
there's one
Fisk
announcement that I was gonna say for Monday, which this is airing Saturday. So on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, I'll save this for Monday. So if you guys happen to be here and see this, great. If not, you'll see it again on Monday. But yeah, Baby Gorilla is actually gonna be coming to the store. So yeah, BG himself will be here
Big
at the
Blue and Full
store.
of Poo.
Baby Gorilla will be here for Free Comic Book Day. So I'm excited about that.
That's gonna be fun.
Woo! All right,
Great time.
great time.
And,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it will be.
And just in case, my friend, where is your comic book store located?
At 424 West Lincoln Highway in Pendle, PA 19047. Baby Gorilla Comics.
Wow, you could be a radio talk show.
Mr.
You could
Movie
be a
Fun
host.
joined the podcast.
Yeah, like, seriously. All right.
Well, I think we have one more thing we want to reveal to the people, right?
Oh
Do we?
yeah, we've been talking about revealing stuff on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram
little snippy.
all week. Just giving people little snippets of something we've been cooking up for a little bit. So take it away, senor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new cover. Woo!
Nice.
Looking
Look
good.
at that.
Oh,
That just looks sweet.
You got me choking out Frankie over here.
Mhm. We're going to
He likes
war.
it.
Look at those beards. Looking so nice. Look at those beautiful beards.
Wow.
Kev was the only one that wanted glasses. Everybody else was like, no, we'll take
Well,
glasses
I
off.
literally can't see without my glasses. So.
Neither can I.
Neither can I, but my glasses probably got knocked off.
Kev's our
If
FEMA.
In battle, yes.
Yeah.
And we got Cap down there facing the Jedi. Jorge.
Oh. Why I look like I'm running away from the Jedi, though?
Damn right. You better be running away from me. He's like, oh damn, not this guy again.
You're bracing yourself for impact.
That's what it is. Okay, I take it.
Mike looks like Mike looks a little too excited to
It's I'm Robin. I'm super happy.
Adamantium shield versus a lightsaber. Who's gonna win out?
Yeah,
That's a good question, actually.
I think
Would a lightsaber cut through that?
Yeah, just big shout out to what's it, Fox Pirate 715 on Instagram who did the work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
She did
Elizabeth.
amazing work. I'm
Mhm.
super impressed by it. Thank you.
Fantastic work.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Beth is fantastic. She became part of the Baby Gorilla family a few months ago. She's been shopping here. She comes here with her family, and her daughter comes and picks comic books and stuff out. And we were just talking one day, and I was just like, I really would like to change BG. I would like to make him look more cartoonish, more comic book accurate. And she goes, that's what I do. I go, no, I didn't know that's what you do. She goes, yeah, I do artwork. And she was working on a few projects, and I was like, well, would you be interested in doing something with BG? And I gave her a bunch of ideas, and I couldn't be happier. I have 4 new designs currently that she did. She's working on 2 more for me. That she put on hold to get our new logo done, which is fine. But we're going to be revealing them at Free Comic Book Day here. That's another thing that we'll be doing. We'll be revealing BG new stickers, and we'll be revealing actual BG will be here. So and Beth will also be here with her family to meet us guys live in person. I mean, I've met her, obviously, and she is part of the Baby Gorilla family, and she is now definitely part of the Geeks at the Nerd Table family.
Yep.
And she is absolutely fantastic. If you ever need anything done, artwork or anything, please reach out to her through her Instagram. It'll be linked with this video. She is a phenomenal artist, and she give her your ideas, she'll run with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we wrap this up?
Last thing we got going is the next show coming up. That is going to be Star Wars. So you guys can put on your Star Wars caps and join us for the next edition of Andor.
Sorry, Larry.
And we'll see how it goes. Can we convince Larry that it's actually a good show?
We actually have our first in-store podcast that's going to air next Thursday, I believe. We're going to be dropping new episodes weekly on Thursday. We had a great time discussing this summer's hits, and then
it got a little heated.
It was a fun
I'm still
time.
drinking from that day.
But you guys will get to see that next week. Because we won't be doing Daredevil, so we'll go back to a regular weekly schedule, and
until Andor comes out.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of other things we have on the works. We have Thunderbolts. We go The Last of Us. We have Andor.
Trying to throw something
we
together
have
for
Superman.
And I did peep. I think Thunderbolts does come out in 2 weeks, so we're right there.
Yep. 2 weeks, Thunderbolts.
So much going on.
Don't remind me, Free Comic Book Day is the day after.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and I still got about 60 boxes to price.
Ooh. Oh boy. All right.
Yeah, brother. I'm behind.
Yeah.
You need some help, buddy?
Yeah, you need help?
Yes, I do.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this whole review of Daredevil Born Again Season 1. We enjoyed the hell out of this season. We can't wait for Season 2, obviously. But let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments. Follow us on Instagram. Follow Jose, his comic book store, on Instagram and TikTok, Baby Gorilla Comics. Until we meet again in Hell's Kitchen, everybody. Take care.
Adios.